What's up guys, it's me, I'm a Cat42, here today with another, more interesting video. See, I had the idea to do one of those, I think they're called polyworlds, where basically you've got a world in one version, and then like you start in a really old version. I'm going to start in the very first PreClassic version. You bring it through a bunch of versions until you get to modern. And I thought, because I watched a few videos on this, it hasn't caught too much traction. I could do it. And so my plan is I'm not going to hit every version because that's a lot of versions. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the first version, PreClassic. And then after that, it's going to be the latest release of every version. I know, that's a lot. It's still a lot. It's going to be a lot of beta. It's going to be a lot of beta. A lot of alpha, a lot of beta. Because, or maybe less alpha than beta. Beta had a lot of changes. Oh crap, I just got put into the hold on. Well, this intro was, let me, sorry about that, folks. I, didn't realize it would do that, actually. I thought I had more time. But yeah, as I was saying, yada yada, let's get into the video. I hope you guys enjoy. This isn't going to be like a live recording. This shouldn't be me playing. I'm going to be voicing over. Anyway guys, you know, looking forward to doing this. This is a lot of fun, and I know what you're thinking. I like Cat42. This is never gonna last. Au contraire, my friend. It might. Alright, so we start in PreClassic with the R button that allows you to what the heck was I doing? I guess I found the R button that was the respawn. It was kind of a failsafe for falling off the map. So now, you know, first things first that anyone does, build a house. Just a quick little house. Nice little structure. You're gonna notice me struggling to place and break blocks a lot because the place and break buttons were inverted. I hate it. This house is just gonna be, this house is the base house. It's going to be just simple. I'm gonna turn it in. I'm going to just kind of use it as the basis for my house. It's gonna have some add-on almost every version. And so now we're doing the ground floor. Now the house is done. It was at this point that I decided I originally wanted to make like a temple of parkour, but I was like, you know what, I don't do parkour. But you know what I can do in this version? Access the void. So what we're gonna do instead is I'm going to make what I call the Temple of Infinity. And this is also just going to be a time lapse. This Temple of Infinity is going to be accessing the void. There's going to be a spiral staircase that goes all the way down, and you're gonna hit the void. the infinity pool, in a sense. Just because I thought that would be cool. So, yeah. I know there's not much happening, but there's not really much in these earlier versions. I could probably go over some of the other points of PreClassic while we're here. So PreClassic was the first known release made back in 2009. But, you know, not. And at the time, it wasn't even called Minecraft. It was called Cave Game, which a lot of you probably already know. And this specific version is the very first. Get the exact number designation because it's a lot of numbers, but this is the very first. And yeah, every block is actually the same. I know you see like there's a grass block and a stone block. It's actually just that they're both logged as the same. It's all just Y levels. That's the specific Y level that the grass block is on. I think it's 49. Is specifically grass. It's set to the grass texture. Everything else is cobblestone. So, you know, that's fun. Anyway, I'm just gonna let this play. This first part is boring if you want to skip through to, like, the reveal and stuff. Yeah. that was all that I wanted to do for PreClassic. Now we're in Classic, specifically Classic version 0.0.14a08. Just a random version, really. There's not any specific. I think it's this is technically the first Classic version. I was just messing around. Trying to figure stuff out. I moved to a later Classic version after this. So, you know, first things first, this floor needs to go. So that's what I'm doing right now, just fixing up the floor. I'm not having dirt floors. And yeah. So, yeah, cobblestone floors better than dirt floors. I didn't want to do wooden floors because of that pocket there is meant to be a fireplace. And, you know, kind of need fire in the fireplace. Wood catches fire. I don't plan to put a door on this lower level. I do plan to put windows, but that's going to be in the later Classic version. Glass wasn't added yet. Neither was much else. I also try with some just plants. I decide not to because there's no really rhyme or pattern. Kind of regretting that because I'll show you guys the Indev world in the next episode. I gotta climb a bit before I actually reach anything. And I gotta be careful, too. If I mess with any of the water, it's flooding my area. For some reason, it got set below all of the Indev chunks. So that's, I mean, it's, as the tutorial said, but it's still, like, that's fun, you know? I decided also that it should be good to add a little path. So, you know, just for the sake of clarity, I had a path here, and it also leads over to the Temple of Infinity, and I try to make it look just very random. Don't want any specific type of path, just kind of enough people have walked here to where it just looks like a beaten path in a sense, but it's gravel because we don't have path blocks. I know it's off-center right now. I find out and fix it later. Yeah. That's really it for this version. I haven't done much else, so this is a quicker little segment. After this version of Classic, we get a newer version of Classic. So I'll give a little bit of history lesson. It's not supposed to look like this. The world sizes were limited, but they actually had generated terrain. For example, we had the actual there were actually like trees and stuff. If you were to look up like Classic, if you were to open up an actual version of Classic, if you were to open up the version that's on screen right now, you would actually get trees and plants and grass and water and all this stuff, and it's not here because this world, this flat plane of cobblestone and gravel is exactly the same size as a normal Classic world. So, you know, yeah. At the moment, the entire world does have bedrock, but the bedrock is below placeable block distance on MC Edit, and it is covered with water. I can't go into the water. I find out later that once I get to Indev, I can go in the water, but I have to drown myself, and I don't want to do that. So, you know, that's fun. I don't know why I'm just standing there. I think I was checking my phone. Yeah. Alright, now we are in Classic version 0.3 or 0.30. This is the latest, I think, version of Classic. And it's, you get a hotbar, and I found out later that there's an inventory, too. I also find that my path is uneven, so I'm fixing that now, because, oh my gosh. And this is the first sort of, like, look at more modern, I guess, breaking and placing. Without the extra, like, block silhouette, you're actually, one button is break, one button is place. And, if you've probably noticed, we have sound now. Which is really nice. So, I'm going down right now into the Temple of Infinity. Actually, for that Temple of Infinity, I plan to have a sort of piston door by the time the redstone update hits. Oh yeah, there's the bedrock. That doesn't stay. Eventually this area becomes flooded with lava. Anyway, that first little entrance area is going to have a piston door. I don't know what I'm trying here. I end up just putting slabs along the bottom of the things. I think I was going for like a pillar design, but I couldn't figure it out, so I just went with the slabs along the bottom because it looked pretty cool. There are no placing sounds yet, but walking and, oh yeah, when you press B, you get select block, and so I see the bookshelves, and I had an idea. I'll tell you later. So, this general area, the pool to infinity, or the pool of infinity, basically where that bedrock is, was just void, as you saw in the pre-classic world. I fill it with glass right now. It all gets replaced with lava. That's fine, I can rebuild the pool once I shove all the lava out of there. Replace all the lava. Obsidian, and just spend time doing that. Also, I believe this is the last version we get with the respawn button, which I had just used right there. So now I get to add windows to my house. At long last. Again, no door on the bottom level. There will be on the top level, but doors haven't been added yet, so. This version of Classic is the version of Classic that you've probably seen people play for free. There's a free version of Classic on, it's either on, I forget if it's on the website for Minecraft, or you literally have to look up minecraftclassic.com or something like that. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Where you can play actual Classic. Now, you don't get to do the buggy whatever crap that I'm doing, because that's what I'm doing, and you need access to the older worlds for that. I'm specifically using the Betacraft launcher because it's the easiest to mess around with. And that's what the tutorial I used did, and Betacraft's pretty cool because it's got versions of Indev that don't exist on the normal Minecraft launcher, which I find interesting that, you know, Mojang themselves hasn't been able to, like, save that stuff. I was trying to do a pick block and get grass, but I'm guessing it didn't exist yet. The grass will grow. I was just like, I want it now. These arches are staying. Man, I'm tired. These arches are staying. I'm gonna fill them with glass for the sake of filling them with glass. I'm talking a lot this time around just because I feel like it's more entertaining than just sitting and watching gameplay while listening to music. That doesn't stay. I end up putting this stuff back because I like it. I also find it interesting that the noise for the grass breaking is now the noise when you walk on, like, a block of a precious material, like a block of gold or iron or diamond. Also, diamonds didn't exist yet. So now I see these bookshelves, right? And I'm like, well, okay. I'm gonna make a full level 30 enchanting setup before enchanting tables come out. Just so I don't have to sit around and wait or do some weird glitch in some or I don't have to die in one version just to get the thing. I'm also using bricks, all the bricks I can now in certain builds, because bricks are valuable. In the older versions, clay was extremely rare, or rarer than normal. So bricks were a valuable commodity, especially on servers. They were a sign of the wealthy. And so I was like, you know what? What the heck, why not? That would be kind of cool. So yeah, now I got bricks. Bricks and a lot of things to show my wealth. Quite a wealthy guy with my infinite materials. Yeah, I wanted to build a little hut around this too, just so it's not bookshelves exposed to the whatever. Oh man. That doesn't stay either. It's too claustrophobic that way. I end up putting glass. Because look at that, it looks atrocious. Glass would look way better on there. What am I doing? Oh, I do glass one block up so that I'm not. Yeah. I recorded this yesterday. I recorded this last night. I didn't want it decaying because I know leaf decay was played with a bunch, and it will be, and I don't want to lose that leaf later on. I say as, you know, I am putting pots everywhere, but you know what? Who cares? Who cares? Little path that goes away. I replace it with cobblestone because I think it looks better. Kind of wanted a variety, so. And then that extends that way as well. What's my little enchanting library? Well, it's nice and cozy, isn't it? I tried a lot of design things. You gotta get creative when you have nothing. I feel like I could have done that, but I'd rather do that with stairs. And just as a substitution block in the middle, we got wood, which I might take that and turn into a crafting table. No, I won't. I'm not. I'm looking at all my stuff to see what other blocks I can grab. And I realized, wait a minute, that's obsidian. So I'm looking around for a spot to build a nether portal. I can't get to the nether yet. I don't think it exists until a certain version of beta. But you know what? I'm gonna try. So, yeah. I am now making another portal. Just so I don't have to later. I've been given the opportunity now, so might as well take it. My infinite amount of blocks. And I decided, okay, there's gotta be a way to... Yeah, I'm thinking, there's gotta be a way to make this look nice, somehow. I think when I have more blocks, it'll look better, but for right now, you know what? Slabs it is. Yeah, that's kind of all I did in this version. So, eventually, once I have more crap, I'll be doing more crap. But yeah, for right now, that's what we got. Oh, right, I also do add a few more, like... I decide to leave the temple alone, but I do decide to add a few more plants actually inside my house. Just for the sake of, you know, having plants. Having some greenery in the house, something that turns carbon dioxide to oxygen, you know? It's eventually where I plan to put my bed. So I'm thinking, you know what? Sure, what the heck, let's have some stuff right next to it. Also, I think I could have probably spawned a crap ton of Steves with the... Well guys, we did it. I've made it from PreClassic to Indev, and now that we are in modes where there is actual survival, I will be talking. Like, actually talking, not playing. So, break blocks, place blocks, kill animals. Well, actually, some wool seems pretty nice. I have an inventory now, and I already changed the keybind. The original keybind is I, actually. Look at that, I look at myself. There's also F5 mode where I can look behind me. My skin looks really scuffed right now because I just squished the top and bottom layers together. You've already seen all this. Can't really do much at the moment. I don't know if any of my stuff is going to save right now. I'm going to do that for right now. No. I know for a fact that we don't have that yet. And then let's check in the Infinity. You know, Infinity Temple, right? Let's check in the... Let's check the Infinity Pool. Let's see if I did this correctly. While I'm going down this really dark tunnel, I want to give a huge shout out to the channel Zelinator. The playlist that helped me get through this. Oh, nice. So under that lava is void, so the Infinity Pool. The channel that helped me do this, Zelinator, was a huge help. Like, really big help. I will link the playlist to the videos that I used for this in the description. That's, yeah. And if y'all want to try this out for yourself, please do. This is, honestly, this is really fun. I really like this. I can't wait to see what this is gonna look like once I'm like all the way done. Now, I don't know if pigs drop anything. I'm gonna kill a bunch and see what happens. I think if they do, I'm not going to get it. But I will try. Yeah. There we go, pork chop. Food. I don't know if any of the stuff in my inventory is gonna save, but you can feed yourself with pork chops. This is basically alpha before the grass. Okay, I got 3 pork chops. I'm good. So basically, this is alpha. But the grass looks like it could kill you. Also, yeah, I got the classic animation. I don't know how long I'm gonna have that. I think by alpha it gets replaced. Oh gosh, my hand's gone. There we go. And yeah, so that is the world. I am so excited to keep going. Can't wait to add more stuff onto my house. Blah blah blah. This is so exciting. Huge shout out to Zelinator. This is going to be the end of the video. I've done a lot, and yeah, I am so excited for whatever's next. Indev is going to be the next video. Indev is going to have a lot more than these. The PreClassic to Indev era, I mean, I couldn't do much because of the lack of an infinite world, so yeah. But there should be more later on. I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and please subscribe if you want to see more of this. This will be continuing. I love y'all. Peace.